Welcome back to my channel, guys, and today I have a special guest for you.
Wait, for real?
David.
You wearing the same thing as me?
Hells yeah.
The shorts too.
Oh my goodness. So we are going to do a couples Q&A for you guys. Are you ready to get started?
Let's go.
Is your head spinning too?
Question number 1. Describe every detail of your first date. How you guys met and where you went.
So we both went to the same gym, and I think we've seen each other there, but we matched on Tinder or Bumble, and we messaged and we planned a date. I remember it was like a Sunday afternoon, and then on Saturday she bailed on me. And I was like, all right, well, good luck.
And so I texted him back and was like, actually, I do want to go on the date. So he planned to go get drinks at this bar that was near both of us. And
Well, we actually met outside the gym. She was being really weird. She was like really uncomfortable. So we met outside the gym. We walked to the bar. It was packed. So we walked across the street to a different bar.
and they only had this like one stand-up table, and we both ordered drinks. And I remember the whole time the table was like wobbling really bad, and I was super nervous. And so every time I put my elbow down, like our drinks would go flying. And
She was super anxious and jittery and twitching around.
so we ended up going for a walk instead, and it was actually really nice because we got to know each other on like a deeper level.
Have you ever talked about having kids?
Yes, this is definitely something we've talked about. Obviously, we want, engagement, marriage, then kids. But I think we'd like to have some of our own and also adopt.
She wants to adopt. I'm open to adopting. Ideally, I'd like to have 2 kids, but I think that's because I grew up with myself and my brother. Ideally, she wants 3 kids, but I think that's because she grew up with her brother and her sister.
Just
But
the more the merrier.
we've agreed we'll take it one child at a time.
Yes. How do you guys keep motivated all the time without getting exhausted mentally and physically?
Well, we definitely get exhausted mentally
And physically.
But yeah, I think accepting the exhaustion's part of it. I just know that if we get super exhausted, I'll just be like, all right, Julia, we need to go to bed early the next few days just to for me, if I get a good 8 hours of sleep, 9 hours of sleep, 2 or 3 nights in a row, my batteries will be recharged. But we definitely...
We have lazy days for sure. Like I just roll around in bed and I don't want to get up, and I keep him in bed with me. But I mean, when you run your own business, you constantly are on the grind and you really don't get days off.
What's the favorite place you two have traveled together?
Favorite place?
I think my best memories of our trip to Ibiza, and I don't know if that's because it's our most recent trip, but it was awesome. I loved Ibiza. I had such a good time.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think Toronto. I think Toronto was one of my favorite places we traveled. We absolutely loved the city. It was gorgeous.
We actually considered moving to Toronto instead of Austin.
So we thought about the winters and was like,
yeah, but they were like, wait, this is
we
gonna
can't
be
do this.
even colder than Boston, and then quickly Austin started looking like a better
And
destination.
he doesn't do well in the winter. He gets really cold. Update on life as how to be first employee. Challenges of working with each other.
Blows mine now. It's a different dynamic than we're used to, right? Because now not only are we dating, but we're working together. And usually everything goes pretty smoothly. We've gotten into a pretty good rhythm.
Keyword, usually.
But I mean, it is another area that can create tension or can create an argument. And I know a few times I've probably been too authoritative, you're working for me now, so we got to do this. But
It goes all boss mode on me.
overall, it's been great, and Julia's helped me so much specifically with Edge and the clothing. But she helps a lot with everything.
Working together, I mean, we're constantly with each other, so it's really hard to sometimes not distinguish between work and just our life. They mesh so much together. So I think we are trying to, you know, put time apart to be like, okay, no more talking about work, let's just talk about us. But for the most part, I absolutely love working for him, and you know, I think it's really healthy.
What was the funniest experience you guys have had while traveling?
Looking back now, I think it's funny, but at the time it was definitely not. It was when we were traveling and we were in an international flight.
Oh, okay.
This close.
So
to
Julia wants to be early to everything.
I'm a planner.
And I don't like wasting time, so I don't like waiting in like airport lines and stuff. So we were at the airport early. We were actually in like one of like the travel lounges. And I knew that the flight time was coming up, but I was trying to get a little more work done. And Julia's like, come on, we need to go. And I was like, oh, don't worry, it'll be all right.
So he has to go to the bathroom, he gets an extra snack, he like meticulously puts his stuff away.
Then we walk over to the gate. There's no one at the gate. There's only like one airline person at the gate. And they're like, the flight is like departing now.
I was like, it's an international flight, so these planes are huge. I was like, what do you mean?
But we didn't wait in the line. We strolled right to our seat. We sat down.
Everyone
the flight
was
took
looking
off.
at us.
It was a very relaxing
experience. I was so stressed out. I was like hyperventilating, walking down the thing. I was screaming at him. I was like, we almost just missed our flight to Spain. It was bad. It was definitely. Share each of your stories of what motivated you to get into fitness from the beginning stages.
Girls. I wanted to get fit so I could get girls.
I think I just needed to fill the void after playing lacrosse in college. I needed something to, you know, help me relax, and I got into lifting. But yeah, I think that's
girls.
Girls.
Have you ever been jealous to the other one?
Like jealous of each other?
Yeah, have we ever been jealous?
I can't recall a time that I feel that we've ever been jealous. I think we have a really healthy relationship, and I always think about it, if a girl is, you know, hitting on him at the bar, I look at it as a compliment because I get to go home with him at the end of the day, and like, yeah, I know he's cute.
Yeah. I think it's normal to have like a jealous reaction. It's natural. Like if I see a guy talking to her at the bar or something, and a lot of guys hit on her at the bar, but at the end of the day, I'm not worried about it in the same way that she looks at it. I just take it as a compliment. Like, she's fine, and
fun as hell.
There'd be something wrong if there was a guy talking to her.
What is your biggest goal together? I know my biggest goal together is to build How to Beast into a massive company, and I don't know, I just am so invested in it now, and I feel like I just want it to be really successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have personal goals for ourselves, but I think How to Beast has the ability to impact so many people in a positive way. It already has, but like it has the potential to get ridiculously big, and Julia has a passion for helping people, and she's been.
It's so humbling to get messages from people to say like, hey, I just want to let you know that your boyfriend has changed my life and he's helped me through his videos, and I just think there's something so amazing about that he's helping how many people that watch his videos, and I hope that I can do the same.
Do people recognize you on the street, like local celebrities? I probably get recognized almost every day now, and it's still surprising to me because I do have a decent amount of people following me, but there's 6 billion people in the world, and the fact that I get recognized, and it's happening in funnier situations now. Like a couple of times, I was on the phone with like support for like my web host for my website, and the guy's like, "Yo, I follow you, bro." Or we went into a movie theater last week.
He looks like shit. We weren't planning on seeing anybody.
My hair wasn't done. My hair was like a homeless person hair, crazy. We sit down in the theater, and the guy next to me leans over. He's like, "Hey, it's kind of dark in here, but is this you, bro?"
He was like watching one of his videos.
So it's been happening in funnier situations, but
they don't recognize me yet. I think one guy was like, "Julia?" But other than that, I'm just like that girl in the background that's just like, "Hey."
I think they do recognize Julia, but I think maybe not. Actually, I don't know.
Well, that's all we have for you guys.
That's it?
That's it. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I release a video like this every Wednesday and you don't want to miss it. See you all later.